So this is how you do it. You got to get a screwdriver in here, find where your tabs are, and kind of push it apart. Get your other one in, and then you push back like this until that tab pops off. So you just go around and find all of them. We've got this one just about all the way loosened, so we're going to flip it back over and show you in a minute.
Well, we got it by...
Yeah, those inner ones, you just have to...
You kind of
like a tube and then have to break, near as I can tell.
But, I mean, you can... Won't be as pretty when it goes back together, but at least it will work, hopefully, and boom, it's off. And then these hex screws up here are what we have to get off next. So we need to take this back off also, the same as the front, and then we'll be able to take these off, which then pull these handles all the way out. They're like really long screws that go all the way down. And then these handles can come off, and that is what's holding it all together. So let's work on the back.
Yes, you can just go in wherever you can see a tab.
Okay, you see a tab.
But I should probably start up there on the top like we did the other one, because this tab's the wrong way.
Well, I started over here on the corner.
Right, but up here at the top.
Right.
So you got to get your screwdriver in there. It might take 2 screwdrivers.
He's using a really thin screwdriver because there is not a lot of play.
Well, and it reduces your chance of breaking the tabs if you use small ones. So you just keep working yourself along.
So to start, we threw this, because we didn't want to...
Okay, see right here, here's your first tab that I found. So what you do is you get your screwdriver in here, you push it in, and you pull this one forward. You have to pull this tab forward until it pops out, like that. And then this one, you just pull it forward until it pops out. And you just keep going along and doing that. Find all your tabs.
4 along the top and 3 along the bottom. I believe there was only 3 on the bottom, right?
Something like that. So this is the easier part and less breakage. It may not look pretty when you put it back together, but if you can keep from cracking your silver housing, then, you know, it shouldn't look too bad. Okay, so we're coming back around to this side.
There should be a tab up under here.
Yeah, it kind of pulls loose pretty easy right here. So now we see the other side of our handle.
Nice.
So you just keep going down the sides and whatnot.
So yeah.
Keep in mind this is high voltage, high amperage, like all kinds of stuff I don't really fully understand.
We're not going to die though.
Well, we're going to try not
We're
to.
channeling your dad. He was good at electronics.
So hopefully Dad's working through me here.
We've asked Jack to walk us through this. So we are going to unscrew these now, which have very long screws that go all the way down, and these will pull up, and it basically holds the whole thing together. And then we've got to get underneath this to reroute the motherboard computer thing from the battery and charge the battery directly, and then reroute it to the motherboard.
Basically jumpstart the
to work normal. Yeah, we're basically jump starting it. So wish us luck.
Apparently these are really long bolts. They weren't in there very tight.
Well, we saw how difficult it was to take apart, so probably doesn't need to be in there too tight. All right, and there's our handle.
So that's that side handle.
Okay.
Might not matter, but... So anyway, after you get the trim off, this is what you end up with. take these out, pull your handles off, and allegedly the top lifts off.
We'll see. Okay.
Somehow.
And it's going to magically just lift off, right?
Yeah.
Just like that.
Probably a little more prying and
poking. Prodding. Oh, yeah. Let's take that top off. And then it has some wires connected to it because of the wireless charging ports on the top.
But it doesn't look like this comes off.
Okay. We need to fumble with it a little more.
Yeah, it doesn't. It looks like this is fused. I wonder if his is an older version.
Let's look around. Okay, so we found this tape here on the sides that looks like it is holding the top and bottom together. So we're trying to split that on all four corners.
Well, there isn't any over here.
Well, I already cut that side. Let's see here.
Because allegedly this upper part just pulls off.
Allegedly. That's what it looked like in the video.
It's pretty stout. I don't know. There's got to be a way to...
Ay, ay, ay. All right, so we undid the screws that were in here. There's 1, 2... There was one right here, here, and over here. Undo those. And then this, like, lovely just pops off. But you need to be careful, like I said, because there is wires attaching those wireless chargers up there that we got to undo.
Alright, so we discovered that to pull off all the computer components off of the battery and expose the battery from the top, there's screws down here in the bottom too that you have to take out to be able to pull that upper housing off. So that's what we're doing right now. Alright, so we got the top off from the bottom. We discovered you don't have to unhook a lot of cables if you just want to rest it here like this. I don't think it's going to make a difference, because what we're going to have to do is we have to unhook the negative side from the motherboard and the positive side from the motherboard. Pull these cables back, because this is where they go into the battery. And apparently if we hook a charger up to the ends, again, disconnected from that, it should bring the voltage up in the batteries enough to turn on the LCD panel and the computer components of the generator to allow it to start charging. Because apparently if the voltage gets too low, it can't even power itself to then start powering itself again and taking a charge. So yeah, this is
basically all we did. We did have to cut a couple of the bread ties to disconnect. Where was that wire we had to disconnect? Little assistance here.
There's a couple down in there, but
this one we disconnected
and then that
from
yellow
up
one
here.
Right there.
This yellow one we disconnected.
And then there was, I think
you
that
can
was
kind of tell when you start trying to pull it off, the wires that are stopping it. And that's all we did until we got it to the point that it can rest like it is now, and it is disconnected completely. So
again, this is a Bluetti fault, and apparently they don't stand by their own products, so a lot of people are having to go this route to jumpstart their battery if it goes completely to zero. I'm not going to buy any more Bluettis. I don't know about anybody else, but yeah, this is pretty ridiculous. Now we have this battery charger, car battery charger, hooked up to the negative and positive of these cables that were hooked up here onto the motherboard. So theoretically we should be able to charge it up to a high enough voltage that it should run the computer on the Bluetti.
okay.
So wish us luck. We're going to plug it in Hope for no fires. We got an extinguisher.
Yeah, safety first.
Safety first.
Extinguisher ready to go.
Apparently lithium-ion batteries burn like hell and you can't really put them out, so we're kind of ready.
So we took it outside our cabin. We don't want to do it in the cabin.
So if worst case comes to worst, we're going to push it down the hill and just let it burn.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if I want to stand this close to it, though. You've got me freaked out.
I don't think it's going to explode, but that's why you've got safety glasses on.
Oh, yeah. My plastic safety glasses are going to save my life.
All right.
Okay, let me get out of the way. I can't run in these shoes. Okay.
A little scared, not going to lie, but here we go.
That was uneventful.
Is that doing anything?
So that's good. Let's see. Okay, so we got it all put back together. The power came on. LCD screen is on. And it's charging. Look,
okay, so
it's got watts coming in.
It is.
Yay!
It's at 0. However,
This
we
is
barely made it because when we plugged it in, it came on the LCD screen, but it started chiming an alarm and it had a fault. So we had to hurry and plug in the power supply because if it would have dipped below again and kept chiming because we were still at 0, we would have had to start this whole process again. So
this took us like 3 days. Since we've been back from Oregon, it is now Sunday. We came back when?
I don't
Wednesday,
even know.
Thursday,
Yeah,
Wednesday,
something like that.
Wednesday or Thursday.
Everything
so
runs together on the homestead.
we've been working on this. Each day we would charge it, and it would only get like like 2 more volts added, and we needed to get it to 40 volts before it would even take a charge. So
right,
yay,
so
it worked.
We were barely at 40. We were just above 40 volts. You really have to at least get 40. If you have anything less than 40, it's probably not going to charge. So
yeah,
it's not easy.